What's going on, fine citizens? Well, with Duke taking out Creighton, the Sweet 16 was set, and boy, what an NCAA tournament it has been so far. I'm going to take you region by region in just a minute here, but I want to talk about two teams first. The Salle Explorers, out of the West Regional. Only team in the tournament to win 3 games so far, even though most have only played 2, as they had to beat Boise State in the first 4 games. They get to the Sweet 16 after taking down Kansas State and Ole Miss in the second round. And then in the South Regional, the Florida Gulf Coast University Eagles have been simply something to behold. I'm going to say maybe the most fun team to watch since the early 90s UNLV Runnin' Rebels led by Larry Johnson. Grandmama, they have been simply phenomenal, taking down 2-seed Georgetown and then 7-seed San Diego State to become the first 15 seed ever to get to the Sweet 16. Now let's take a look at what I think is going to be one of the better Sweet 16s in recent memory. First, in the Midwest, in Indianapolis, Louisville takes on Oregon. Michigan State will take on Duke. Both those games are going to be high-tempo, excitable games, a lot of physicality in those. Looking forward to the Midwest Regional, as I mentioned, taking place in Indianapolis. In the South, the aforementioned Florida Gulf Coast University Eagles will take on another Florida school, Florida. By the way, first time ever that 3 Florida schools have made it to the Sweet 16. And then in the other South Regional final, 2 storied programs go at it. Kansas and Michigan get going in that one. That is going to be an epic clash. Michigan Wolverines playing some excellent basketball right now. And Kansas, after taking care of North Carolina, when it looked like North Carolina went right out of the gym in the first half, they are playing formidable. Big man Jeff Withey for Kansas, big man Mitch McGarry for Michigan. That is going to be a battle to watch. And speaking of the Michigan Wolverines, they joined Michigan State in the first time ever that both those teams had made the Sweet 16 in the same year. In the East Regional in Washington, D.C., in one regional semifinal, talk about epic programs, Indiana takes on Syracuse. That is going to be something to watch. And in the other one, Marquette takes on Miami of Florida. That is the only region where all of the seeds held true. Indiana the 1, Syracuse the 4, Marquette the 3, Miami of Florida the 2. And in the West, in Los Angeles, in one regional semifinal, the Wichita State Shockers and the LaSalle Explorers. Tell me the truth. How many of you had those 2 in your regional semifinal? I'll give you $100 if you did. The 9 takes on the 13 there with a chance to advance to the Elite 8. And in the other regional semifinal, the Arizona Wildcats take on the 4th Big Ten team in the Sweet 16, the Ohio State Buckeyes. I want to give you a few opening lines on some regional semifinal games. Indiana, an early 4.5-point favorite against Syracuse, the total 134. Ohio State, a 5-point favorite, the total 139. Oregon taking on 1-seed Louisville. They are a 10-point favorite. They run around 10 points the last 2 rounds, total 130 in that game. And Kansas, a 3-point favorite as the 1-seed over 4-seeded Michigan, the total 138. And like I said, we are in for one of the great Sweet 16s of all time. And I would not be surprised if a team like Wichita State, Florida Gulf Coast, or LaSalle made an insane run to the Final Four in a year that could be like no other. Until next time, I'm Dan the Man. Believe in the dream.